turns out that when the Bush administration officials were going to arrest the Lackawanna Six in Buffalo in 2002, they had an internal debate in the administration as to how they would arrest them. Dick Cheney and his lackeys argued that we should send the military into Buffalo. Now, that is grossly illegal and unconstitutional, against the Fourth Amendment, against the Posse Comitatus Act of 1878 that specifically prohibits the military from acting in a law enforcement capacity, and, by the way, completely and utterly unnecessary. These Lackawanna Six clowns in Buffalo, you know how we eventually arrest them? We send in the FBI, we put them in handcuffs, and we put them in jail. The military? You're telling me these Lackawanna Six clowns were going to overpower the FBI, and if we send in all the cops in the surrounding areas in Buffalo, they were going to overpower them, and then if we send in other federal agencies that have police functions, they were going to overwhelm all of them, and then we were going to need the United States military to arrest the Lackawanna Six. Come on, my ass. So why did they do this? Why were they considering this? It's because Dick Cheney wanted to expand executive power, and he wanted to be able to establish a precedent that whenever the president wants, he could bring in the U.S. military to do his bidding on U.S. soil. That is a hideous precedent. And it goes to show you, I mean, look, when I read this story, it's broken by the New York Times over the weekend. When I read this story, I thought, man, Dick Cheney, I've been saying this for a long time, but this really brings it home. Fundamentally does not believe in the American system. He doesn't think that you should keep the military outside the U.S. He doesn't think that you should use the U.S. justice system. He doesn't believe in the Bill of Rights. He doesn't believe in the U.S. Constitution. He thinks, no, the executive should have complete and utter power. And if anything stands in its way, you should crush it or torture it or use the military force within U.S. soil. The Constitution is irrelevant to Dick Cheney. Now, funny enough, here you got to give Bush credit because he listened to Cheney's side and he listened to the other side and he said, no, Dick, I think the FBI is going to be able to handle this. And it turned out the FBI did handle it incredibly easily with no problems whatsoever. And those guys are in jail now. And we tried them and we prosecuted them and everything worked as it was supposed to. Now, let me tell you who the good guys and the bad guys are. Of course, on Dick Cheney's team was, shockingly enough, John Yoo, the guy who they had at the Justice Department who wrote every single memo they ever wanted, no matter how obviously illegal and unconstitutional. Then they had a guy named Robert Delahunty, and he was arguing that this was legal, even though it made no sense. The guy who was giving them cover was Alberto Gonzales, who at the time was the White House counsel. He didn't write any of the memos. He didn't make any of the arguments. But he'd say, oh, sure, yeah, whatever you says. And Delahunty, did I do good, Dick? Mr. Vice President, can you help promote me to Attorney General later? So, of course, Gonzales on the wrong side. But surprising number of people on the right side. Condoleezza Rice, then as the National Security Advisor, says, bad idea, illegal, don't do it. John Bellinger III, top lawyer for the National Security Council. Robert Mueller, the director of the FBI. And Michael Chertoff, then the head of the Justice Department's criminal division, and later would become the head of Homeland Security. Now, it's a bit of a turf war, and the FBI doesn't want their power taken away from them. So that's part of the reason they're making that argument. But I don't care what the reason is they're making the argument. They're on the right side. So you have to give all those guys credit for doing the right thing and for convincing the president to do the obvious right thing. And, you know, sometimes we say Cheney was actually the president. But I'll tell you what, a story like this goes to show you that he actually was not the president, that Bush did make the ultimate decisions, and that and oftentimes he followed Cheney and he followed him off a cliff. And whenever he listened to Cheney, he got into trouble. But if Cheney actually was the president, what we would have gotten ourselves into was much worse, if you can believe it, than when Bush was president. Bush was the moderating influence within the Bush administration, which is a stunning fact. But it also goes to show you, Dick Cheney never had any interest in our laws, in our system, or in the Constitution. In fact, his whole point within the White House was to subvert all of that and to bring us a new and uglier America. Thank God he only succeeded on some of that, which we're now trying to roll back, and didn't succeed on all of it.